Your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The latest speculation on Matt LaFleur's future with the Green Bay Packers. ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter appearing on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning on our sister station, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, sharing his latest insights on the coaching carousel around the National Football League. Make sure you check out the full podcast available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and also on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel. We'll also talk about it with former Packers offensive lineman Bryan Bulaga, scheduled to appear coming up on Wilde and Tausch at 9:30 this morning here on 100.5 ESPN. Basketball, bunch of games last night. The Wisconsin Badgers, winners, and a buzzer beater on the road in the barn over the Minnesota Golden Gophers. John Blackwell with a three-point shot at the horn to win it 78-75 for the Badgers. Marquette falls 92-68 to St. John's. Bucks lose 139-106 to the Wolves.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Wednesday edition. How did Shefty phrase it? Up in the air? Up in the air? So we view the Matt LaFleur situation edition. The Jeff Hafley interviewed with the Tennessee Titans yesterday. But don't worry, he's only got 4 more interviews lined up. So still a good chance he'll be back. Players want him back. I'm curious if fans have changed their feeling about the outstanding defensive coordinator or not edition. And it is Wednesday. That means it's Bryan Bulaga Day and it's Homer Day. We need to talk about that offensive line performance and the Packers' collapse against the Bears edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course, everything you need on the all-amazing, all-customizable, but not new anymore. You're used to it. You know how great it is. The ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed location with a new camera angle, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. New camera angle, huh?
Are you getting ready for your webinar that you're not signed up for with Actually, management?
Yeah. We had a run through yesterday. I was not with Brian Jacobson. Yeah. Some shows do prep Jesse. It's crazy.
Yeah, but we've never done like okay, it's a big show reacting to the Packers loss. Let's do a run-through quick before we get on the air at 9.
No shows that you do have run-throughs.
If we're being honest, if we're being honest, maybe we should have on Monday. If we're being honest, maybe we should have done a run-through.
I don't know. I left. It worked out great for me.
So we had a fine show. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let's not live in the past. Let's live in the future. So you're getting ready for your big webinar with Annex Wealth Management, where you're going to be firing questions at Brian Jacobson and getting all the insight into investing. And can I just ask, because I'm very curious, what are you wearing to it? Like,
I don't know.
Could you lead? This is kind of, this is highbrow stuff, high finance. Still wear a hat?
Sure. I don't know what I'm going to wear yet. I'll figure it out. I'll probably wear some Annex gear, would be my guess. That's
sure.
Probably
Hat?
what I'll be
Did you already put in for an Annex hat so you can wear it? Because that would be sad.
I already wore an Annex hat last week. I might go with the brim. I got a nice one of those, like if you're on a beach. That might be because I'm just chilling, wanting to learn more about my finances and my retirement plan. Retired people wear those brimmed hats, keep the sun out of their ears and things like that.
Like a big floppy hat?
Yeah, it's like a sand hat. No, not that. Like a sand hat. So that's
not
probably what I'll wear. I might go a little more professional. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I think 2 or 3 minutes post show to figure that piece out.
Thought maybe the run through you'd be working on that. All right. Well, you look great, and now when you lean back, you'll still be in the camera angle, so that's a win for everybody. I'm sorry. I feel like I interrupted.
Do we like this camera angle better?
I do.
Do we like
I feel like I'm
better?
talking to you now, as opposed to talking to the credenza.
Before you kind of. You remember the old DVD thing where it would like bounce around from corner to corner and you would like follow it when it was on the pause? That's kind of what your head was like on the old screen. Yeah.
Well, I feel like after the big Annex webinar tomorrow, I'm going to probably go back to usual because my whole setup is different now, and I don't like it.
You do handle change very well. That's true.
Oh, yeah, you're Mr. Change. So, yeah, I just look at this. I just changed, and I may change again. So, yeah, thank you for that compliment.
You're welcome.
More than likely, I don't love this setup. Well, now I have some other things I got to tilt in a different way. And
tilting.
So it's not what I like.
Okay.
And as I'm getting to be closer to 50, as most of us know, we kind of are set in our ways, and we're going to do what we like. At least that's
no matter how much positive feedback we give you on this.
No. I just said, Jesse, if I get positive feedback that this is better, I will stick with this, and then I'll make adjustments off of that, even though I probably don't like it.
Can we please ask the dwellers then to load up the YouTube comments in support of Tauscher's new camera angle
Yes, if
today?
they like it. This is all for the YouTubers. Obviously, we're terrestrial radio. We're also YouTube and everything else. If they like this better, I will stick with this. If they like the other one, which I like, we'll go with that. Capiche?
Capiche, Paisan. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Well, we like it. We're giving you very positive feedback. You look amazing.
Thanks, buddy.
I enjoy some of the. What's that? I don't know if I've ever noticed this in the background before. What is that major award you've got back there behind you over your right shoulder? Looks like some sort of a. I don't know if that's a key to the city.
Father-son golf championship that.
That's
Max
awesome.
And I won COVID.
Nice. He
COVID
carried
era.
you,
Thanks.
obviously.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a Lombardi
he
trophy
did.
back there.
What?
It's a replica.
A Lombardi trophy?
All right, all right, we got to stop because the more we talk about what's behind him, the less likely he is to keep this camera angle. So let's just move forward and talk about Matt LaFleur.
True.
Matt LaFleur still is the Packers coach, but is there anything else back there that you'd like to?
No, I'm listening. Just go. It's.
Well, remember when I used to fold laundry on the show?
Oh God, yeah.
I could certainly continue talking with your back turned.
Why is there not been any? Like, what are we waiting on? Is it the money? Like, what are we waiting on with the Matt LaFleur? Because it's Wednesday. I said we had till Thursday.
You did.
I'm guessing today you'll hear something, whether it's we're extending him 4 years and they're throwing a ticker-tape parade and everybody's excited about it. Or if it gets to be Thursday, all of a sudden I got a hunch Shefty will be, spewing something out, whether it's something from LaFleur's agent that the money's not where it needs to be or the years aren't where it needs to be or the Packers. So today, to me, is the last day of Switzerland. After today, there's going to be some jockeying politically.
More Greenland.
And PR-ish than what we've seen with the first couple of days of this.
So I guess my feeling, and this is talking to a few people in the building and a few people in Matt LaFleur's orbit, is just simply that this is a little more complicated, right? Like this would have been so easy. Beat the Bears, spend this week getting ready for the Seahawks. Go put up a good fight. Hey, maybe even pull it off, because I'm still not convinced that Seattle's all that star-spangled awesome. And suddenly there's no debate at all. And that's the reality of the NFL, right? Like John Harbaugh is available because Tyler Loop missed that field goal. Now, maybe they would have moved on from him anyway.
I have a question about that, too. Because Mike Tomlin steps away, Harbaugh gets fired. And everybody is just, oh, my gosh. Guys,
what have you done for me lately?
No, players last 3 or 4 years, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, get rid of them. Yep, yep. And I get when you have guys that play longer, there's a little more of an attachment. But you would have thought, and the way this coverage has been, I mean, you would have thought that the world is coming to an end. It's like the dude just had – you tell Mike Tomlin 19 years ago he's going to get a world championship, get to another Super Bowl, and coach 19 years with the Steelers, he'd say, sign me up, baby. Thank you.
For sure.
Same thing with Harbaugh. So let's stop the obit on this whole deal. It's a hell of a run these guys had.
They're both still alive.
Like,
yes, true.
Yeah, let's slow down. The overreaction that people have, and then the other funny part of this is all these coaches and players that rail against the media, what do you think they're going to end up doing?
Working in the media.
Oh, we need more people that are about it, not talking about it. Hey, let's throw it to Mike Tomlin. Mike, what do you think is going to happen with this Ravens-Eagles game? Oh, you got to break this down. It's just so this whole complex is so incestuous and just sick when you really think about it. It is just hilarious to me. But I digress. Go ahead.
No, you're right, and I look. Mike Tomlin had a hell.
He did. Great run.
He had a hell of a run. So did John Harbaugh. Both of them won Super Bowls. When was Mike Tomlin's Super Bowl title?
2008.
And then he faced our guy Big Mike in the 2010 season,
11.
Super Bowl 45.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Since then, like I say this half kiddingly, but with the folks that are all in on John Harbaugh as the next Packers coach, what's the difference between hiring him and rehiring Mike McCarthy? It's been roughly the same distance between their Super Bowl championships. Mike McCarthy at least went and had another job somewhere else where he has some different experience to draw on as opposed to 18 years with one organization. Clearly, the NFL, all these teams that have openings, he is in demand. He already met with the Giants, and maybe John Harbaugh's next team is the New York Giants, which would ace out one of the jobs that we thought maybe Jeff Hafley was most interested in and most qualified for. So I'm fascinated by where the carousel sits. Are we at 9 openings out of a 32-team league right now?
9 times. 9.
And Matt LaFleur in limbo. We'll talk about that coming up. We heard from Adam Schefter this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. What's your gut tell you? You're a gut guy. Remember when you used to have your own analytics firm?
Yeah.
They went with their gut just like you.
We have AI, which is we're in talks right now.
Chat old
That's
T.
who's going to be. That's going to be the determining factor for this season too.
Not chat old
because
T.
Come on, that was a
No, we're
good
not-
line. How did that? No one got. I got nothing for that. You know all those
Well, you were
times when you're
talking over me.
unhappy.
Chat old T is going to be what it ends up being called on
Pretty
this
good
show,
line.
and it's going to be. I agree with Tausch.
Yeah,
You're
I
going to
was
set this
talking-
entire thing where it just is going to pick you every week. It's going to be the worst.
It's all about the input that you put into it.
I hate to tell you, but that's how this new world is going to work. It's going to be who's dictated, but that's a conversation for another. Maybe on Annex Wealth Management. Maybe it'll be a part of the dialogue tomorrow. I don't know. We'll find out.
Tausch talks autocrats. All right, please continue.
No, what was your question? You got me all. You interrupted me, and now I'm discombobulated.
I interrupted you. Gut.
You
What's
did.
your
I
gut
was talking,
tell you?
and you said chat. You said chat old T over the top, and which is funny. I didn't hear it because I was talking. Here's what I would think. I still believe Matt LaFleur is going to be the coach. I don't know exactly, what. I'm sure that Ed Policy had conversations with Matt LaFleur's agent well before Sunday. That we can be very certain of.
I agree.
Do I think that the numbers weren't where Matt LaFleur's team wanted them to be? Yep. Do I think that bridge is going to be too deep? Especially now, and we saw your buddy that we're going to talk about later in the show, the
Justice
average age of
Mosqueda.
Justice Mosqueda, who I don't know, correct me, who does he write for? He's
Acme Packers, Acme Packing Company.
AcmePackers.com, which is, I thought his article was really interesting, and everybody, Packer fans, definitely should go check that out. The Green Bay Packers do not want to be deemed as cheap.
No, you wouldn't think
That
so.
article, that's in essence what they're saying.
Indeed.
That's in essence what that is.
Under previous
And
administration, right?
And then your report on, years ago about not wanting to pay Darren Rizzi what he was wanting, and then you ended up hiring a series of unfortunate events when it comes to special teams with coordinators that, as Justice put in his article, have not gotten a job since anywhere. Correct. So there's a lot there. So if the Packers are, I don't think there's a player that will tell you from a resource standpoint, from having everything at your availability, food and nutrition and medical and facilities, it's top notch. But this does bring into question, are you paying top dollar for top coaches? Matt LaFleur is, whether or not Packer fans want to agree or not, he's earned the right to be a very highly paid coach. Not the top of the market, but right there. And then do you want to pay your staff what the staff gets? Because that has not been the case with what other teams are doing. So maybe Matt LaFleur has question marks about, well, are you going to allow me to go get Darren Rizzi? You're going to let me pay him? Are you going to let me get whomever is going to be that D coordinator? So there's obviously at least something, or this would have been an easy little 2-foot putt that would have been announced. And now, because if Matt LaFleur is back, which I believe he will be, and he wants to start moving staff, hey, staff jostling is moving. Like, guys are going to start getting hired, and they're going to have their staffs lined up. And if Matt LaFleur wants guys, he needs to move now rather than later. And that's why I just think tomorrow seems to be, you need to kind of blank or get this thing figured out from Ed Policy standpoint.
All right. Again, I have.
What does your gut tell you?
Well, I will. My gut tells me it's time for you to tell us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. But I will answer that question. I promise. Scouts honor, or Lutheran Rangers honor, because that's what we had when I was a kid. But I have in front of me, as I did last week at some point, the salaries of the top-paid NFL head coaches. And when I answer your question to me when we come back, I am then going to give you those again and tell me where you think Matt LaFleur should land, what would be fair.
It's a fun game
for him in the hierarchy of pay. Okay? We will do that, and I will answer your question of what my gut tells me. And my gut's starting to get a little nervous. I need some Pepto-Bismol because I'm starting to...
What are you nervous about?
Well, not nervous like I'm worried about poor Matt. That's not what I'm saying. I would like resolution. I got a bunch of stories I want to write. I got a few things I'd like to accomplish in my personal life. Like, let's get this decided here.
What do you want to accomplish in your personal life? What are we looking to accomplish?
Well, we got a big weekend this weekend, and I don't want this hanging over me. We got a volleyball tournament. We've got 2 gymnasts who are competing in the greater Milwaukee area. We got a lot going on. Got some hotels to book. It's going to be a long weekend, and I don't want suddenly to be sitting watching a floor routine and news to break that conversations have broken down and Matt LaFleur will not be back as the Packers head coach.
I'm pretty free this weekend. If you need me to step in for either responsibility, I can come in as your backup.
Well, I was thinking I would rather have Tausch go to the gymnastics meets because he's so good at identifying which gymnasts are which.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to tell
for
us
your
Pella
New Year's resolution. The sky is the limit with Pella's 0% interest for 4-year finance offer. No payments, no interest for 4 years. Think of everything you can do in 4 years. Not win a division. Get a college degree. Raise your toddler until they're... I still cannot believe every NFC North team has won a division prior to the Packers.
It's not like there's 8 teams in the division. There's only 3 others. This ain't the Atlantic.
We're the Kings... Hey, we used to be kings of the North.
Well, you used to have Aaron Rodgers, too.
No more. Oh, so you're putting it on Rodgers. All right. Start your own journey towards meeting your personal goals and enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features custom made for your home. This deal, 0 interest for 4 years. Finance offer ends January 31st. So schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. You don't think it's absurd that the Vikings, Lions, and Bears have all won division titles since the
I don't
G&G?
think it's absurd. I think it's important to remember, even though they made it look easy with the success they had in the second half of the 2023 season, and that the 2022 season went to hell in a handbasket, they did transition from a 4-time NFL MVP to a first-time starter. And we are 3 years into Jordan Love's starting career. And yes, Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl in his 3rd year as the starter. And yes, both he and Favre were 27 when they won their Super Bowls.
That's too bad that 27 narrative is dead. Yeah. That sucks.
It is dead.
That's a good narrative.
It was, but it turned out to be wrong.
Although I heard Malik Willis is turning 27. And I know there's been some talk of that, so maybe that might be.
Maybe he gives them a better chance to win.
Check.
Yeah, I will fact check that and answer Tausch's question of what my gut tells me. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go
10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern, with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
They've been trying to do this for a little while, and they still have not gotten it figured out. And the longer it lingers out there, the more you wonder where it's going to go and how it's going to result. I think the way I would interpret it right now is it's up in the air.
That is Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy earlier today, talking about the Matt LaFleur situation. Now, again, I don't know, and no one has spoken to this, how long those extension conversations had been going on. I assume that before Micah Parsons grabs his left knee in Denver, Matt LaFleur is feeling pretty good about his negotiating position. They'd won 4 in a row. They seem to be cooking. And then they lost every game thereafter, including that one, after Parsons left the game and Christian Watson left in an ambulance and Zach Tom left the game and Evan Williams left the game and everything went to hell. Tausch asked me what my gut tells me. My gut had told me that ultimately they would figure something out in some sort of a stopgap manner. Maybe 2 or 3 years of an extension instead 4 or 5, where that's been what's happened with like Mike McCarthy and Ted after they won the Super Bowl and everything else. I thought it would be, we're going to extend you multiple years, but not like a lot of multiple years. Through 28 or through 29. And then if you decide he's not the guy anymore, you don't have to eat nearly as much money. Now I'm starting to think if Matt LaFleur is going to have other opportunities with so many openings, because we can agree there's certainly a lot of people that love the idea of John Harbaugh, who spent 18 years in Baltimore. I think Matt LaFleur probably would be a more appealing candidate to a number of those teams with openings than even Harbaugh is. Would you agree or disagree with that statement?
Totally agree.
So
I don't think John Harbaugh should be the sexy candidate that people are putting out there. I don't get it.
Where's my shirt? I agree with Tausch. Again, is it possible Like, one of the questions I have, and it's not based on YouTube comments, which I'm happy to report I'm not going to read anymore, and not based on social media and not based on vibes. One of my feelings, though, that I have from a few conversations that I did have is that there's probably other teams that would be way more excited about Matt LaFleur being their coach than it feels like the Packers fan base would be. And maybe that has appeal to him, right? Like, maybe a fresh start.
Might, but
we've talked about that with players.
Sure. Let me ask you this, though. Is there organizations that might be a little more excited about having Matt LaFleur than what this organization is? Because, listen, fans are fans. We get that.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, it's important to us. It's important to the outside. But in the grand scheme of things, we all see, fans know that in the hierarchy or tierdom, they're not that high on that. So would Atlanta or Miami or Vegas all of a sudden be like, man, we'd love to have you. Like, we love your ideas, you're fresh, all of this stuff. He doesn't have. They're not all of
eyebrows.
The scars that we have under Matt LaFleur here with the fans, and I would bet with some front office folks.
So I know this is going to bother you, but I'm going to say it anyway. We're back to doing that thing again. That's literally exactly where I was going. That maybe the organization.
Did you have any conversations with organizational people?
I'm neither going to confirm nor deny that. All I'm going to say is that I look, Adam Schefter is a million times the reporter I am, so I think his
we agree.
Yep, appreciate your support.
So we could pull that.
Didn't really need that confirmation, but his depiction I think is very accurate, and we will have to wait and see what ultimately happens. But there's part of me, too, that looks at it and says, maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for everybody to get a fresh start. Now, it would also give the Packers the opportunity, if this is what Ed Policy wants to do, and this is what Rob Domofsky has suggested and hinted at. I don't know if he's actually flat-out reported that they want to change the structure, but there's been certainly rumblings of that, to go back to the team's GM hiring and firing the coach. Again, my personal belief is you can't do that with the existing coach. That would also be a way to change coaches, is if you told him that was going to be the setup, and he says, okay, well then I'm going to go move to Atlanta where they want me, and I'm going to know where I stand, as opposed to having my spot on the organizational flow chart moved. I don't know. Again, I hope you're right. I hope we have some clarity sooner rather than later. I want to get to this before we get to Bulaga, though. Andy Reid is the highest-paid coach in the NFL at $20 million per year. Sean Payton at 18. John Harbaugh had been at 17. Mike Tomlin had been at 16. Jim Harbaugh, 16. This is kind of like the yodeling guy on Price is Right. Tell me when we get to the spot.
Price is Right still on the air? Well, I just had heard that Tomlin's making over 20 a year.
Okay, again,
That's what they just.
I'm
so
going.
These numbers, because for whatever reason, Jason, players' stuff is all public information. Coaches is not. So I would say add 10 to 20% to all of the top end coaches as far as what their number is. Okay.
So we're at right now. We stopped at Jim Harbaugh, who's at $16 million a year.
Okay.
So when you find the spot where the little yodeling guy should stop for Matt LaFleur, who is reportedly around $9 million a year currently.
Yeah.
You tell me when we get to that
I think
point.
it's about $10 million. Okay.
Sean McVay, 15. Nick Sirianni, 15. Kyle Shanahan, 14. Mike Vrabel, 14.
Stop.
Ben Johnson, 13. Kevin O'Connell, 13.
Yeah. Matt LaFleur should be ahead of Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell. He should be ahead of them. And I know you're going to say, well, Ben Johnson just beat him twice in the last month. Yeah.
That is what people are going to say.
You either pay the going rate or you don't. And Matt LaFleur is got 7 years of experience. He's had a ton of regular season success.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson's been there for a cup of coffee and some grated cheese. That's how long Ben Johnson's been there.
I hear that's how the best way to eat cheese is.
So if you want Matt LaFleur for a third contract, one that you're actually going to announce and not hide, yeah, it's got to be 14 plus per year. And if Matt LaFleur, if they offer him 10, I think they're telling him, we don't really want you.
I think you're right. Kind of like when they offered Devontae Adams a contract on the way out the door.
Then the problem is, no, the Devontae thing I think gets blown out of proportion. The Matt LaFleur part of this, he wants to be here because he knows how close they are. And I said this on KBN yesterday. What do you tell your kids when they start a sports season? What are you going to
finish the season? You can't quit in season.
Matt LaFleur has unfinished business here.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether or not he's going to ever finish it, we don't know. But you know this chaps at him. Can't win in the postseason. Can't match the moment. All of these. He's a competitive dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had a ton of success. And, by the way, all these other jobs are open for a reason. Staleness or we don't have a quarterback. Most of them, they don't have a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't the problem here.
Mm-hmm.
He believes in him, and he believes if you get Micah and Tucker back, they can win big next year. So do you swallow some pride, or do you stick to your guns?
Great question.
I don't know what the right answer is to that. Because Matt LaFleur is looking like, man, I've done pretty dang good here. And Ed Policy can be, yeah, you've done pretty good, but you haven't done Green Bay good. And our fans expect more, and maybe it is in the best interest. Hey, Brian Gutekunst and the Green Bay Packers, they love draft picks. And it was, I'm sure, not difficult to give up what you gave up for Micah. But if this thing is stuck and it's a 14-10 deal or whatever it is, and you call Matty Ice up and say, I need a second for him today, all of a sudden Matt LaFleur's been there. He's going to get all of the things that you're asking, but he ain't going to have Jordan, and he ain't going to be able to finish his business. What will Matt do?
WWMD.
What will Green Bay do? That's where this whole scenario is fascinating until it won't be, which hopefully I wouldn't be shocked if we get some resolution sometime today, I hope. And now selfishly, I'm kind of thinking it'd be funny if it was, what time are the kids on the beam?
They both compete at noon on Saturday.
Oh,
so yeah.
Perfect.
I kind of think that seems like that would be the right time because if they can stall it, they'll put it out Friday night or Saturday morning, right into all of the NFL. And then
if you think it's a Friday news dump type thing, hey, we're bringing back our head coach.
If they don't re-sign him, yes.
If they don't re-sign him.
If they end up wanting to trade him or move in a different direction, this is a Friday, Saturday dumper.
I think either way
and by the way, the last time they extended both guys, everybody wanted to get extended. It was a never dumper.
Right.
It was I have to get a FOIA request in to get info from you. And I still don't know can they be FOIA'd? I don't even know if that's
I don't
FOIA.
think they can. No, but that was that's a pretty good drop right there, Mr. Freedom of Information Act. Drop something on American Family Insurance so we can get to Bulaga.
Well, American Family Insurance has been a great partner of ours from the jump. All the great things they do in the community. Again, we were able to get that done this year with the AmFam Kids and the Children's Hospital, and they also do great work. Since 1927, they've been committed to making life better with outstanding home and auto protection. Also, you're free to enjoy your dreams, so insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Bulaga's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
There's part of me that just feels like Jeff Hafley has kind of coached himself out of a head coaching position, and maybe I'm being too hard on him. I get it. You lost Micah Parsons, as we've said. That's literally what's taken the air out of this team this season. But, he hasn't figured out a way to have a good defense without Micah Parsons.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvie on Thursday, January 29th for Andy North Trivia Night presented by Exact Sciences. Enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and along with the trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6. Visit AndyNorthAndFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. Right now, you can get Pella windows at a discount with Siding Unlimited. Yes, end-of-the-year pricing is a discount right before the 2026 price increases, saving you big money on your project right now. Buy now, install in spring, and lock in. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
The Don has spoken.
You've got a combination quarterback. You don't have to hang your hat on just throwing or just running the ball. That could add so much to our offense. I'm excited.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Joining us now, he used to be our famous friend, and now it's like some sort of regiment marching in. He is our favorite former Packers right tackle. He is Bryan Bulaga on Wilde and Tausch. Bryan, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
You played for LaFleur for 1 year, is that right? One season?
Yep.
And then he brought you back to give a pep talk to the team and tell Josh Myers how great you thought he was doing, and you really turned around his season when you were there. I'm curious how you're kind of processing everything that's going on right now at 1265 Lombardi Avenue.
Yeah, I mean, I as time goes on here, right, and there's no news, I get a little more anxious that something may not get done, right? Like, I mean, I think if it was like I guess positive talks, right? Like, or things were going in a right. I feel like there would have been leaks already that this thing's essentially settled and dusted, and it's just a matter of, hours or days until this thing is wrapped up and Matt will be extended. And that's not the case. So as time continues to tick on here and there's no announcement of like positive, advancements happening in this negotiation, it makes me a little more nervous that maybe they're not close. Maybe there is something going on there, or a hold up, or I don't know what it may be, but I would have expected this, what is it, Wednesday today? I would have expected this to be done by now. I really would have. I would have expected this to be done, and doesn't sound like they're close, or based on what Schefter's saying. And he seems to be, playing a couple different sides as he normally does. So it seems like he knows what's happening in there pretty well, because obviously he knows friends that represent coaches, and it's different when coaches negotiate these deals than players and all that. So I don't know. I would have expected more positive news sooner than what we're hearing right now.
If you got a call today from Ed Policy, and he said, Brian, I listen to that radio show you appear on every Wednesday. You seem to really know what you're talking about, as opposed to those two guys that host it every day. What do you think? What do you think I should do?
Yeah, I mean, if it's me, I would extend them, and obviously the money's always an issue. But let's just say the money's not an issue, right? Like, say money's not an issue.
Well, apparently money is an issue with them.
Brian, why is the money? Why is the money? No, I'm just asking. There's no cap. Why is the money the issue? We got Green Bay prints money. Money isn't an issue, right? It's either you believe in them or you don't.
Yes, 100%.
You don't have that. You know this too, Brian. With players, you can kind of say, "Well, we got other players we need to get." Every player that they really want, they pay, and when they don't, they can say, "Well, it's the cap." You can't do that with a coach. There's no cap on coaches. You can pay them $100 million if you want. So it's not a money issue, right? Like, money's not the issue with the G&G.
I don't think it's not with them. I can certainly say it's not an issue with them. But, like, these are the things that come out, right? Like, these are the things that pop up. Like, well, he was looking for the, whoever, I heard you guys before, whoever makes the $18 million a year, he was pushing to that, and we were more in the 13 to 14 range. That's like the excuses that get made. But the money is not an issue. The money's certainly not a problem in Green Bay.
No, it is
not. That vault that they have locked up at the bank, but it's got plenty of money in it. There's no problem there. If it were me, I would tell Ed Policy that I think you should extend him. I think this is a good team that is close to being where you kind of want this thing to be. Obviously, there needs to be results and things like that, and I'm not going to sit here and make excuses about injuries and things like that. Like, there were injuries to key parts of this thing. I get it, but I can't make excuses about that. But I think a good team is assembled right now. I think he coaches them well. I think they play, for the most part, a good brand of football, right? Like, it's not like they're playing the ugliest style of football out there and you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? I mean, I think they play a good brand. I like watching them. I think Matt's a good football coach. I think you should extend him for 3 seasons. So he has 4 total, and let's see how it goes there. Because as we all know, money's not an issue. If you feel like this doesn't work out and you have to fire him, or you feel like that's where you need to go, what difference does it make? And then anyway, he's going to get rehired immediately, and all that language is going to be offset, and you're not going to owe him anything.
Mm-hmm.
So in the big scheme of things, what are we hemming and hawing about here. Unless they want Harbaugh, and Homer is some reason right on this. And Homer loves the Harbaugh thing. Yeah, the Harbaugh thing with Homer right now is crazy. But unless that's who they want, I don't know who else you would go out in this cycle and go get. I don't know what you're looking at to be like, oh, yeah, that's a better coach than Matt LaFleur. There just isn't. And that to me is like the clear and obvious sign, like this just needs to get done. You just need to wrap this thing up and be done with it, because the longer it goes on, right, and negotiations, they go on and tensions rise, maybe some animosity.
Time kills all deals. Time kills deals. Brian, what would you say if you're LaFleur and Ed, Ed comes and says, you know what, you've been great during the regular season, but the way this season ended, we will offer you 11 or 12 million a year, which is not where he should be. He should be getting more than O'Connell, and he should be getting more. But this is where we feel, this is where we're comfortable. We're not going a penny more. And if that's not the case, Jason and I were talking earlier in the show, maybe there's places that the front office will value Matt LaFleur more. Then Matt LaFleur has that tough decision where he probably is going to feel more love and more money, which goes hand in hand in the NFL, from a different team. But he knows in his heart of hearts this is the place he can win, and he has unfinished business. If your Matt LaFleur calls you, after Ed Policy called you, what would you say to Matt LaFleur? He's like,
your
they're
phone
not
is
paying
ringing
me
off the hook.
Man, I'm taking lots of calls.
Exactly what I feel like they should, but I don't want to leave, but I also don't want to undervalue myself. What do you tell Matt?
Yeah, I mean that is the trickiest part. That would be the tricky, response to give him, or what advice I would give him. Because you're right. If you look at what teams are open right now, right? I guess the one outlier is always Baltimore, right? Like that's always the one team that is obviously attractive because of the quarterback, and they have really good players, and they have that's, to me, is the one team that is going to be a prize coaching pick. Like for me, at least I think so. Besides that, Matt knows what am I going to go to Atlanta? No, I'm not going to go to Atlanta. I've been there, but what am I going to do there? Like, do I think Penix is better than Jordan Love? And the answer is no, he's not. Am I going to go to Cleveland? Am I going to go to New York? No, those aren't ready yet. And then you're going to be back in this same cycle again, and this same turmoil in 2 or 3 years, if you even get that much time. You don't even know how much time you're going to get at some of these places, these teams have proven that. So and if the offer's 12, I mean, I would obviously tell Matt, you got to tell your agent to do better. Like, that's bad. Like, you shouldn't be taking 12. You got to, or at least put some bonuses in that thing, that every time you win X amount of games, you get an extra something on top of it.
Every time you beat Ben Johnson, you get $1 million.
And every
Ben
time
Johnson.
Yes.
F that guy.
Yes, every time you go on Instagram, and on the Packers Instagram, you drop an F-bomb at the Bears and Ben Johnson, you get another $1 million.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, that's the escalator that we're looking for. It's like
That's funny now.
It's like I would tell him, I think you need to stay. I think you need to do everything you can to stay and continue on with what you're building here. Because I think you have a really good roster. I think you're moving in the right direction. It's just, you got to figure out, and again, we've talked about this so much. We praise the young roster, but the young roster continues to perform in a certain way when they get to the final stages, and that's the end of the season and the playoffs. And I'll continue to say it. There's something to be said about that. Everyone rags at me, well, we don't want to be overpaying veterans. Well, there's something to be said about veterans that understand what happens when you're up 21-3 in a playoff game and how to shut the door on it. There's something to be said about it. So to me, it's like, okay, you have a really good young roster, but can you add pieces to it that aren't crazy expensive, that are more veteran-based, that can help you as you get to later parts of the season?
Just a few, right?
Yeah,
just a few, not a roster full of them.
No, just a few to have that experience that can help these guys shut the door, because everyone points the finger at Matt LaFleur. Everyone points the finger at Matt. But when Matt was shutting the door and winning divisions, that was a very veteran-based roster. And guys understood how to, mission accomplished, get the job done, and get into the postseason and win games. Like, there's something to be said about that. So I get Jordan Love won games in his, that first season that we didn't really know what to expect, right? And I don't think anyone really knew what to expect. But since that season, we've seen 7 seed, bad performance in Philly. 7 seed, really bad collapse in the second half. And there's something to be said about it. And you can point the finger at Matt, but there's also other people involved in making sure that roster can get the job done. And you can coach them up till you're blue in the face, man. You can tell them everything you want to tell them on the sidelines. You can see the iPads or the tablets or the Microsoft tablets and see what's happening and try to make adjustments. At the end of the day, man, the guys have to go out and do it. They have to do it. And that's what I tried to tell Homer on Monday about, why couldn't they pick up the pressure? Why didn't they change protections? Homer, there's only about 4 or 5 protections. What do you want to do? Reinvent the wheel? Reinvent a protection scheme? Reinvent jet? Reinvent scat? Reinvent a 7-man protect? No, there is not. It's up to the guys to make those adjustments to figure out how to pick up the pressure schemes. And I was very fortunate to be on a group with Corey and Sitton and TJ and Bach that they've experienced everything that they could make those adjustments in game, and we could pick up those things. And obviously the guy behind us was a savant of pressures. So
you could also run the ball.
Yeah, we were able to do that. Yeah, we were able to do that when we needed to. We didn't do it much, but when we needed to, we were able to do it enough.
It's a pretty good
put it that
way. Hey, all right. I want to get into how that offensive line played, because I know while you probably didn't want to, you broke it down as you always do, and I want to get into. No, you just skipped it. You didn't.
No. I watched it. I watched it, and it was it was literally like a tale of two. Halves. Worlds, man. Yeah. But I didn't want to say halves because that's cliche. It's it was like a bad book. He was this first half's really good, but what happened in this second half?
Really
going to
finish the rest of this book?
Yeah. I really want to keep going?
What do you got going on tomorrow around 1:00 Eastern time? You got anything? Are you free? Because Tausch, along with Annex Wealth Management.
I'll tell you what, Blue, I would love for you to join us. I don't know if I'm co-hosting. I am co-hosting a webinar tomorrow with our friends at Annex Wealth Management. I don't know all the things. I don't know about crypto. I don't know about silver and gold, private equity, all of this stuff. We have an expert. We always go to experts when we need advice. Mm-hmm. And Bryan Jacobson, Dr.
B.
He is a really smart guy. He's on CNBC, Fox Business, Bloomberg. So we're going to join up together. I get to ask him questions and interrupt him. And you can join us at events.annexwealth.com. Again, tomorrow at noon, we're going to have all kinds of questions. It's going to be fun. And I think we're going to learn a little something about everything that's going on in today's markets with, again, our expert, Dr. Bryan Jacobson, and myself getting to ask any questions I want at any time, which is my favorite thing to do. Again, events.annexwealth.com.
All right, Bryan, make sure you write down that website so you can sign up. That's tomorrow.
Well, what would be your one?
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Bryan is a smart guy. He's trying to figure out how to navigate retirement life and what he's doing.
Sure,
he's got
a lot of questions.
So you're telling me Blue going to be interested in what's going on with this market and everything else?
Yes, sure. I'm sure he is interested. We're interested in what he thought of the offensive line play.
You want to break down O-line. I want to break down the commodities market.
Yeah, both are
soybeans.
Tough.
How are soybeans right now? Bryan Bulaga breaks down
orange juice.
Thank you. You're with me. Bryan Bulaga breaks down the breakdowns of the Packers' offensive line against the Bears. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here for the Blue Mountains of cold, refreshing Coors Light. But whether you're tailgating pregame, cracking one open during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue when chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. A process that remains the same. Wisconsin football with an active transfer portal period. 25 so far committed to come to the Badgers. Even in a new era of recruiting and roster rebuilds, Barry Alvarez pinpoints the scouting practice should stay intact.
If you can strengthen your team, if you've made some mistakes, you have a quick fix if you get the right guys. The key to this is your evaluation process. Are you getting the right guys? Are you going to be able to blend them and mix them into a team?
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
If you've been injured, let our team help get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app.
This loss is as painful to Packer fans as you can ever imagine.
A customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your shows at the touch of a fingertip. Available in Apple and Android app stores.
I have no evidence behind that whatsoever. It's just a feeling I have, and that might just be because I'm scared of this rivalry in the playoffs.
Your one-stop shop for ESPN Wisconsin. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today.
What was that?
It was just me, or I got such a bargain. Poorly constructed sofa falling apart.
I just bought you.
Yeah, well, I did just turn 3, I'm at 67 in sofa years. I am so ready to retire and move to Miami.
I knew I should have listened to my mother and bought that other sofa from Steinhafels. It was so strong and comfy.
Tired of furniture that doesn't hold up to its end of the bargain? Steinhafels has quality furniture for every style and budget. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford-certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
The Don has spoken.
You've got a combination quarterback. You don't have to hang your hat on just throwing or just running the ball. That could add so much to our offense. I'm excited.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Continuing with Bryan Bulaga, who has cleared his schedule for tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern and gone to events.annexwealth.com. Sign up for the webinar with Tausch and Dr. J, not Julius Irving, but another Brian Jacobson, presented by Annex Wealth Management. I'm gonna clear my schedule. I'm gonna go to not just for the insight into finance, but to see Tausch deliver all kinds of insights as well. I would like your insights, Brian, into how craptastic the offensive line was in the second half, because I got into a bit of a debate with our buddy Jim Rutledge of Jim, Matt, and Molly, because he said that Jordan Love was insignificant in the second half. And look, you have a second half where you score 6 points after your first 3 drives ended in touchdowns, and your last second drive of the first half got you in field goal range, and the kicker made it before the timeout and then missed it. I mean, he couldn't have been much better in the first half. I also thought he made some pretty big-time throws on that final drive that weren't caught. I'm curious, though. It sure seemed to me like the biggest problem, and again, Jordan Love bears some responsibility. I'm not saying he doesn't. But it sure looked to me, and I'm not the connoisseur of offensive line play, that the offensive line let him down in the second half. Your thoughts?
Yep. Hang on.
Jesse, what did you do?
I did that. Hang on. Sorry. We're good.
This is how Jordan Love felt.
Yeah. I mean, just no voice.
Certainly, I'll tell you what, I'm glad Jesse's not running this Annex Wealth Management webinar.
Just call me Lasitas Nelson back here.
Man, oh man.
Lasitas Nelson. I'm sorry, the floor is yours.
Jesse. Yeah, to say Jordan was insignificant in the second half, well, there's a reason why he didn't put up the same numbers or whatever, because the offensive line for some reason could not protect in the second half, and it's pretty well known by now. Like if anyone's watched it or rewatched it or they were paying attention during the second half, Chicago ramped up the pressure in to start the second half. There was run pressure and obviously protection pressure. They were bringing pressure because in the first half they didn't really bring pressure, and Green Bay's offensive line for the most part held up beautifully, and Jordan had time to scan through everything and kind of just picked apart Chicago's defense, like he did in Lambeau Field that first matchup, and just kind of did what he wanted to do. Well, Dennis Allen came out in the second half and said, we need to change that, and we're going to bring pressure, and we're going to see if that sticks. And it did. And it seemed as if the protection, I mean, and again, the schematics of protection schemes, as Tausch knows, like there's not many protection schemes, right? If you're an 11 personnel, you're either running jet or scat. Like that's that's really what you're running. And the form that Green Bay runs, it's a little different than what we ran under Mike McCarthy. I mean, principles are the same, but for the most part, the linemen are the 4 down are blocking the 4 down and the furthest, and in LaFleur scheme now, like there's a thing called kicking to the widest and double punching and punching the widest and coming back into the most danger. Like there's a couple different ways to look at it. Hard to explain without really like getting a whiteboard out and talking about it, because believe me, when LaFleur came in and
let's do a webinar.
Yeah, well, because I'll put it this way: when LaFleur came in, and we were all used to the way our protection schemes were, and they started talking about all this double bumping and punching one and letting him go and then blocking them. we were looking at him like, what are you talking about? How are we going to let this guy go to block this guy or put hands on this guy and then come back and block? But it worked. Like it worked. But what was happening, and at least from what I was watching, is that the first things first was guys were just getting beat as well in one-on-one protection. Giving the middle of the pocket was being pressed. Shido had a tough day at the office, and when the pressure's coming off the edge, and there's a pocket that's starting to collapse, right? And Jordan doesn't have anywhere to go. He can't step up in that pocket. He can't really climb anywhere, or he can't escape out. They're going to lead to rush throws. And that's what continued to happen. So Chicago was bringing pressure. They'd show 7-man looks. They'd show 6-man looks. Buzz guys out, bring a fifth, bring 6. And Green Bay's offensive line, they just could not, for some reason, sort it out. I'm not sure why. But one thing that I definitely makes me think why they couldn't do it is because, for one, they're breaking the huddle at about 13 seconds and getting up to the line around 10 seconds, and there's absolutely no time for communication. On the road, silent count. And it was the one thing at night, that night, I was screaming at my TV about. Why aren't you at the line? Get to the line. Get to the line. So the play clock's ticking down. Jordan's trying to make protection changes on the road in Chicago, and it seemed pretty loud there. It did. It seemed, and you can't figure that out and have him diagnose a defense, right, and diagnose pressure schemes when that's what they're doing. And clearly, you guys weren't prepared for it or couldn't recognize it coming out of half. And then you're giving him little to no time to try to dissect this thing at the line of scrimmage. So you're essentially stuck in your protection and your first initial ID. And when the defense has a pretty good idea of what your protection scheme is, because this isn't rocket science, man. Defenses understand what protection schemes are. D coordinators know, all right, they got the 4 down and this guy, so they understand how to pressure against it. And if you get up to the line of scrimmage late and you have to go with your initial ID, you've been schemed. They know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to bring pressure to the back, maybe bring 2 to the back, and you're, for lack of better terms, man, you're in bad shape because someone's getting cut loose. And then if you lose a one-on-one matchup in that as well, now you're in really bad shape. And that's what continued to happen through that second half. And we saw it, 3 3-and-outs. They were bringing run pressures, couldn't run the ball. It would get to 3rd and long, bringing pressures, guys getting cut loose all over the place. It's not like the protection schemes aren't good, because we've all been running the same protection schemes our entire NFL career. Teams don't have that many different, and you're not going to put in an 8-man blocking scheme and run 2 guys out in routes. That's not really it's not going to do anything, just so everyone understands. You have to be able to run jet, which is a 6-man pro, or scat, a 5-man pro, and be able to pick up 5, potentially 6 if you can, with your back, and guys in LaFleur's scheme double bumping, right? Punching 1, passing off to the most dangerous next inside. That's the way it works in the jet scheme. If you can't do that, teams are just going to continue to bring those pressures, and they did. And Green Bay never burnt them. If they would have burnt them 1 or 2 times in that coming out of half, right, as they started to ratchet up the pressure after the first series, okay, hey, we see what they're doing. If Green Bay burns them 1 or 2 times, they stop doing that. Mm-hmm. They stop doing it. But you couldn't do it. You couldn't burn them once or twice on a big run or on a big pass to get them out of that. And the trend just continued. And that was Brian, that was that.
Brian, everybody was saying, I said after the game, defensively, I thought we let off the gas, and part of that was Edger and Cooper not being out there. That's a huge loss. But I don't think anybody could look at that second half and say Matt LaFleur let off the gas. He threw the ball because they couldn't run. And so I don't know. You just diagnosed, I think, a big part of it. You can't run it, and you can't protect. It's going to be very difficult to make any plays. Can you can you say fairly certain now? We all thought last offseason when you go pick up Banks and you move Elton that the offensive line needed to improve. Well, last year's offensive line with Josh Myers and Elton at guard was a better group, at least performed better than what this group did. Was this just a complete mismanagement of personnel, or was this we don't have the right personnel when it comes to the
great question?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that the personnel is good enough. I think that the way they were initially lined up caused some dysfunction from the get-go. Now you look at it. Now we get to look at it from 1,000 feet above and Captain Hindsight. I don't know if moving Elton to center, I would have left Elton at guard and potentially figuring out Sean Ryan can be a center and an effective center probably would have been your best play, right? I mean, if you still do want to bring in Banks, you bring in Banks, but it's Banks and Elton at the guard positions and Sean Ryan at center, right? And then you give Belton, and Belton obviously can then compete at the guard spot, at the tackle spot. He can play rotation everywhere, right? And that's kind of, then he can develop in a different type of way than what he had to just do and just kind of play guard this year. I think they have good players, like good offensive linemen. I think, like, obviously Zach Tom having what did he say? He had a partial torn patella tendon. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's not
so
great.
So that's like IR. I don't understand why that wasn't just done immediately. I mean, you're not rehabbing your patella tendon. Like, I don't. Never heard of that before. Obviously,
they tried the, what is that called? The platelet whatever thing, and they were inject.
PRP.
But yeah,
I'm not sure that's healing that. We could be hopeful, but that's not going to do it. So obviously, I like Zach Tom. I like Belton. I think Belton's got a lot of potential. I think is how he stepped in and played. I think he's got a ton of potential. Needs to clean up pass protection. I think at times he gets, just for his footwork, I think he gets speed rushes and quick counters get to him a little bit. For as big as he is, he can just sit kind of like the way we used to watch Carl Nix and Jari Evans set. They just allowed guys to come to them because they were so big. You don't have to go out there and be super aggressive. Let guys move. If they want to speed rush you, just set back and allow them to run into you. You're one of the largest humans up front there. What are you worried about trying to go attack guys? Let them just run into this giant wall and accept and just go from there. That's what Jari and Carl Nix used to do for the Saints. They were so big, they didn't have to go jump out at speed moves because why would I? I would just he can shake and swim and do everything he wants out there at the 3-tech, but eventually he's going to have to go straight and run to me, and that's what he needs to work on, is being more patient in his pass set this offseason. I think Sean Ryan did a good job at center when called upon, right? Like, this was a midseason move, didn't really expect it. Do I think they're going to retain him and play him at center? No, I don't. I don't think that's the route that they're going to go. I think a draft pick is probably going to be the way they go. If I had to take a guess,
Iowa.
I'm
Get that
told
guy
that
from Iowa.
I'm told that you have volunteered to stick around. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, Jesse told me I have to volunteer to stick around, and that was last night.
Okay, so let's do this because. Well, thanks, Jesse. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Because here's what I want to get to with you next. What do you think this offensive line will look like next year? Right? They locked in Zach Tom, but Sheeto not going to be back. Sean Ryan, I don't know. Aaron Banks played better, but he's not going to be inexpensive next year. And is he worth it? We'll get into that coming up with Bryan Bulaga, who will roll on with us for a little while longer, and then we'll roll right into Homer. It's going to be a great day with very few commercial interruptions until the 11 o'clock hour. But I'm going to tell you before we do that about the new ESPN app. When a trophy is raised, which has not happened in the NFL just yet, it can feel like a season is over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there is always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep it all going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. So download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today. We will be back with more Bryan Bulaga in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street, and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Speculation continues on the future for Packers head coach Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. Still no official word on what his status will be moving forward after 7 seasons complete in Titletown. The latest speculation this morning on ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter.
And they've been trying to do this for a little while, and they still have not gotten it figured out. And the longer it lingers out there, the more you wonder where it's going to go and how it's going to result. I think the way I would interpret it right now is it's up in the air.
Find the full appearance from Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Basketball, Wisconsin winners at the buzzer in the barn last night over rival Minnesota, 78-75. John Blackwell with a buzzer-beating 3 to win it for Wisconsin. The Badgers now 12-5. Bucks boot on their home floor, 139-106. They lose to Minnesota.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Bryan Bulaga at Jesse Nelson's behest. Which, again, right, this is why Matt LaFleur's got an agent, because he asks or demands the tough things. So we have Jesse, so we don't have to ask Bryan to stick around. Jesse just tells him, hey, you got to stick around. And we say, yeah, it's all Jesse's decision. Works out great. Bryan, I'm going to turn the floor over to Mr. Annex Wealth Management webinar in a second here, but I do want to ask you, how do you...
crypto?
Maybe. It's up to you.
Silver?
The floor will be yours.
Silver prices? Those are high right now.
Silver and gold.
Crazy.
How do you see this offensive line looking in 2026? And who do you think will be coaching it? Because Tausch would like Campy to come back, and so would I.
I think, don't you think James Yimmy, bringing Yimmy back? Go ahead, Blaine.
I mean,
Jason threw that out there. That was going to be my question.
Listen, I love Campy, so let's just start there. So anytime you bring up Campy, it's like, yeah, well, I mean, if you can get if you would hire Campy, you could hire Campy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he already does consulting for the team, so he's already there. He's already there a lot. He understands this group. He pays attention to this group. It's not like he doesn't. It's not like he doesn't watch the tape. I know he does, because actually Campy lives down by me, so he and I talk. We've gone out to dinner with Charlene and Abby, so like I know Campy, I can talk to Campy quite a bit still.
I think I hear an assistant offensive line coach too.
I mean, I just I think that the line's going to look. I don't know about that now. That's a.
I snuck that one right by you there.
Hey, Blue, let me ask you this before you break down the O-line. Jay, if Matt LaFleur stays, now there's 100 variables with this, he's probably going to change O-line coaches. You can like Butkus, you can like all of that. I will be surprised if there's not some shuffling. The O-line did not perform. If Matt LaFleur said, you know what, Jimmy, you are the longest-serving assistant coach in the history of this beloved franchise, and we need you back. We want that toughness that you brought with the groups that you coached. Would he be a willing participant in having that conversation?
I think so. I think Campy would.
Too.
I think Campy loves it.
He'd do anything.
Campy loves it.
Yep.
Yes, he loves it, and he loves the Packers. I mean, the guy he's a ball coach. So yes, I think he would. Now, that's not like me asking him and confirming that. I have no idea, but I just know Campy, and Campy loves the Green Bay Packers, and he loves coaching O-line, and so that's just like what I know. And and to be honest with you, he is a really good developer of players, and he's a great man manager too. He's a fantastic man manager in how he does things and how he gets guys to play, that's why he is he's the longest serving Packers assistant head coach, and he's very good at it. So if he would ask Campy, I think Campy would say yes for sure.
Yeah, I think he's bored stiff down there. I think he'd love it.
Having dinner with Bulaga.
He'd love to get back.
No, yeah, I mean,
he's got his.
Yeah, I mean, I am boring. There's no doubt. I know that. I think this group is going to look different. Obviously, Jason, to your point.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look considerably different next year. Obviously, Zach Tom gets the surgery, right? I mean, you have to get the surgery. I mean, I don't know how you don't. That puts him again. We're looking hopefully around training camp that he's even available, right? Like that's. I mean, patella tendons are no joke.
He said 6 months. He said 6 months.
Yeah. So and they're going to be cautious with that one. So like this is, and then you look at the right guard position. Is that Belton's future? I mean, I think he's a good right guard. I think he can get better in pass protection. I think that's where he needs to be working this offseason is footwork and things like that for pass protection on the interior wise. But I think he's a good answer at right guard. I really do. I mean, I think he showed a lot of good things as a rookie. So like I think you have a piece there, right? Like so I think you get Zach Tom back obviously at right tackle, and then Belton, I think you're good there. Like I like that. Mm-hmm. Now we get to center, left guard, and left tackle. Center, I think, is up for. I don't think we have that currently, right? Because I don't think they re-signed Sean Ryan. As well as Sean Ryan played, Tausch, you said it last week. Like they just, for some reason, they always try to like exit stage left to him.
Yeah, they want to replace him. Yep.
Yeah. And, like, the thing is, if he gets that opportunity at center to start this entire thing off, right? Like, we're talking OTAs and training camp, you may see a really good whole year performance by him, and maybe he earns that second contract to play, center. But when you get not even a half a year, it's going to be hard to bring someone back and reward them. It just is. I mean, because I liked Sean Ryan when he played guard. I thought he was physical. I thought he was a tone center. I thought he did good at center this year for getting thrown in there. But just knowing the way the Packers work, it's not gonna not going to go down. I just know that. Left tackle, obviously, we all know how this one's going to work out. They're going to want Jordan Morgan to play left tackle. Like that's what they're going to want. I mean, I think that's pretty clear.
How did you view how he played Saturday night?
I don't think he played bad. I think from the out of the tackles, I think he performed the best. If I'm being upfront, he had. I mean, he was getting plenty of chips and thumps, though. A lot of tight end to his side to help with Sweat. But I think that's what you're going to do going into that matchup, though, right? Like that's your biggest concern going into this game was Zach Tom's not here. Jordan Moore and Montez Sweat's their number one pass rusher. You're going to chip and thump him and give him a little more help throughout the game. So, like, that was expected. But I thought Jordan Morgan, for the most part, played okay. Like, wasn't any real, like, obvious big, like, he just got absolutely smoked there. Like, what is this? Like, there was, at least, I don't recall seeing that. Gave up pressure and things like that, but no really big blow-up mistakes that, kind of happened against Minnesota. If we recall, like, not moving off the line and, things like that.
Yeah.
And then we get to left guard. And this is going to be the most interesting part about this offseason, right? Because I don't know the cap complications to this. I don't know the ramifications of releasing or keeping. Like, I don't know any of that. So, like, I don't know what they're going to do. I do know this.
Let me give you that Jason. Before you, just so you have it, and whether this affects your view or not. The 2026 contract he has a $9.5 million roster bonus due, which is as we like to call it on this program, a blank or get off the pot type bonus, right? Because if you want him still, you convert it to a signing bonus and you spread it out. He also has a $7.7 million base salary. So if they were to cut him, his scheduled cap number for next year, as his contract stands, is $24.79 million.
Ooh,
that ain't.
If you were to cut him post June 1, you would have $6.75 million in dead cap, and $18 million that would go into the following year. If you cut him before June 1, you will have $20 million in dead cap, which is still $4 million less than what he's supposed to make. And then you'd have another $4 million the following year. So that is an onerous contract for year 2 of his deal.
Yes, it is. And so hearing that, he's not going anywhere. That's a ton of dead cap space. That's a ton of dead cap space if they make that move. He's back. No, that's a good agent right there. That's a good agent. That's his agent did a nice job on that deal. Not saying, not saying that, because I think Banks played well in the second half of the year once he got healthy. I thought he played better. Yeah. It was the consistency in the injuries getting to that was kind of was this a good decision? Was this not a good decision? Like, what's going on? But I thought once he got healthy, I thought he played better. And I think he can and he needs to play even better with that type of contract. Like, let's just call it, when you're one of the top 2 earners on the offensive line, you have to play a certain way. Like, you can only pay so many guys in that group. So if you're one of the top earners, you got to perform a certain way, or it's just not going to work out. But knowing that cap situation, he's not going to go anywhere. Now, you're right, Jason. They may convert something to alleviate that and spread some of that out, or restructure that thing to alleviate. He's going to get his money. Like, let's just call it that, because his agent would just say no, and they're going to have no, we're not doing that, and they're going to have to pay him, regardless, one way or another, right? Or the team gets punished by cap charges or dead cap. So knowing that, I think he stays another year for sure. And then you look at Elton. I don't think Elton's going to be back.
No.
So now you're looking at the situation of Elton's gone, Sean Ryan's gone, Sheed's gone. So you take those three away, right? What does that group look like? We still don't have a center. And then the reserves on that group are who? I don't really know. So we're talking about an off-season retooling here, and you're going to have to do it in the draft. You're going to have to go out and maybe grab a veteran free agent at some point for competition and just for security. But I think in the draft you have to go get one. You have to draft a center. You have to draft a true center. Stop this moving guys around and thinking they can snap a ball and doing that. No, no. Go draft a center. Go draft a guy that's what he did in college. That's what he's supposed to do. The guys I've always played with, those have been the best centers. That's what they do. They're centers. That's how they operate. They think. They understand the position. Go draft the best center you can when it's your pick, and that would be my suggestion. And then, obviously, you got to draft depth too. So probably in the 3rd and 4th round, maybe look to grab another tackle.
Blue, I would say there is no chance the Brian Gutekunst is going to draft an Iowa Hawkeye offensive lineman this year. I would bet donuts to dollars that happens.
That he does or doesn't?
He does. Yeah, because there's 2 or 3 different guys that I think are draft eligible from that O-line, right? That O-line was very good. And I know their center gets all the love, but the center's named Jones, right? Is that their center?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Goody is going to go. He's going to go Hawkeye hunting. I got a pretty good hunch he's going to do a little Hawkeye hunting.
I think he should. I think he should. I think it's a good decision. Obviously, you look at the last Hawkeye center that got picked, Linderbaum. It's turned out really well for Baltimore.
Good.
So
he's okay.
I think if there's a good center coming out of Iowa, you should probably take a look at him. Good chance that he's probably going to be pretty good for you. I'd say Kirk. He demands a lot out of the offensive linemen. They come in, they're ready to go. I mean, especially at the center position. Like those guys are smart, and to me,
it pains me to say that we should be drafting Badgers, but I don't know. Other than Riley Mahlman, I don't even know and he's a tackle. Yeah, you're right. The O-line needs a total rebooting because they're the depth, and after all of the departures. Some would say it's good because the group did not play up to its potential, and that's a big reason why we blew that 18-point lead is because we couldn't run the ball, we couldn't protect in the second half. And as we know, we saw last year, you get big reactions from postseason losses.
Yeah.
We got one last year because Philly beat the living blank out of us. We got to get bigger and tougher and more physical. And you get Belton and you get Banks, and for whatever, I agree with you. I think Belton's going to be a good player. Banks, he's only going to get a year older. Is he going to stay healthier than he did this year? I don't know.
And I just want to say, I do want to say this, and this also comes down to a little bit of philosophy too, of like how you're building this line, right? Like,
I know what you're going to say.
I've never been. Especially with this offense that LaFleur runs, because I was part of it, and I knew the guys that were on it, and I knew how they signed Billy Turner. Billy Turner was a undersized, like from a size-wise, right? Tackle, guard. He played guard next to me. The guy maybe weighed 305 pounds. Like, I mean, Billy was built not like because you got beat the way you did in Philly, I think the reaction was we need to get way bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not sure that's the way this offensive line is supposed to play. And then with this scheme, with the zone scheme and the way they want to do things, and we all know this, like we all like to run the football with Jacobs, and that is, hey, we needed to be able to do that against Chicago. But we all know what this comes down to at the end of the day, and that's pass protecting for your $55 million asset. And I'm going to tell you this much. I'm not saying that big guys can't pass protect as well, but there's something to be said about guys that weigh 315 and under that move. Like all the guys that I played with. I mean, City, you never know what he weighed at sometimes, or TJ. They could have been, you never know what they weighed. It just depends on, how that O-line dinner went that weekend. But but I'll put it this way. There were no guys that were that big. Like we just weren't that way, right? Mm-hmm. We were all certain size guys, and that's how Ted drafted it, and that's how Ted saw it, and that's how we all kind of were built.
Blue, I appreciate your point, but you have two guys that are not built that way. Banks and Belton are big, thick dudes.
I know
they're not going anywhere.
I know it. Believe me, but then you have to the mold of Zach Tom is of that mold that I'm speaking of.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a mishmash of those two molds. You're right.
Yes. So this is where I'm trying to get at. So you have conflicting styles of how these guys are playing within that group, and now you're trying to run a certain run scheme or pass block. You expect guys to block one-on-one all the time, and that's not how they're not complementing each other with how you're building and to get at with
Blue. How much of that is because Jacobs loves the duo running, and if you're going to do duo, you like big bodies, and you cannot lie because they move big bodies with double teams.
Yep.
So is this maybe where there might be some disconnect between the Gutenator and LaFleur? Because Goody sees it, and he's like, we need to do this, and we brought Josh Jacobs rather than there. Is that part of this whole process too?
Now, I'm never going to speak bad on Josh Jacobs because I respect the hell out of that guy. I think he's a great back. I think he's tough as hell. I'm not going to say
something though. I feel like you're going to say something though.
No, nothing negative. Nothing negative.
No, Jacob said but sometimes the style doesn't fit.
Yeah, Jacobs. Yeah, how the style that Jacobs runs, the duo scheme, that's what he's great at. That's why he's so good, is because he's very good at that scheme. That's what he's made for, and he's very good at it. And he's a punishing, patient back. He's very good at all those things. That's his style. That was not the style of this offense, of the run game. That was not the way. We ran duo. Matt had duo in, but it was changeup. It was a curveball type of run that we would do, and what he would do. It was not the main piece of the run game. The run game was wide zone stretch, get everyone moving, and the guys and the backs that were there, they did it to really perfection, because you had Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones was that back. You had the linemen that were just running and sprinting and cutting off the backside, climbing to the backers. I mean, you had Bakhtiari and Corey, and then you go get Billy Turner, who was super athletic, that could climb to second level and do all those things. And you had a young Elton at left guard, and then my old butt at right tackle that they probably didn't think I could do it, but I did it. But it's just,
those short arms. Got those
very short arms.
No choice.
I mean, well, it killed me. I know it was my downfall for 12 years.
Blue, it sounds like they got to figure out what they want to be. But when you're starting to acquire, you got to figure out what you want to be next year.
Yes.
This year wasn't good enough. They have a question about Josh Jacobs. They got to figure out if he's not back, then do you go back to the Aaron Jones outside zone, more athletic linemen, or do you ride this out another year, a duo, Josh Jacobs? They got a lot of questions that I don't know. Right now they got to figure out if they're going to have a coach that wants to run that scheme.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Essentially what I'm trying to say is we have a bit of an identity crisis of what that offense is, because everyone's mad they can't run the ball. Okay, well, we can't pass protect either. Well, what are we then? Combo. Right? What are we then?
Keep passes. Let's run keep passes.
Yeah, what's the identity of this group? Because now we're going to see a bunch of linemen leave, and we have spots to fill, and there should be competition. Really, there should be competition at center. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be competition all over the place. So what type of guy do you want to bring in? What type of offensive line do you want this thing to be? I'm not saying you can't have a monster like Belton at right guard or anything. You can still have that, but he's got to, the structure of how we're doing things. Hey, big guy, we're running outside zone, so get on your horse and roll. We'll run duo, we'll do those things, but we're going back to a full stretch team, and where we can boot off of that and pull an outside zone. Jordan can pull that and fire a little shot over the middle to Tucker Kraft, and it's wide open. Like all the things that we were used to seeing in Matt's first 4 years when it was Aaron and Aaron Jones and the groups that were there. That's what this offense is meant to be. So when people get upset,
Brian, Matt wouldn't want to change that, right? Matt's core principles, the Shanahan, McVay, are athletic linemen that can move, and now it feels like that's not what we have. That changed. And that is, I think, a big part of it is because of Josh. I know we got to go. Jason is getting mad.
I'm not
Jesse's
mad at all.
Mad,
this is great. I just,
No, I know.
We're a little low on show now.
But, Blue, the bottom line is there's just a lot of uncertainty, and I think the Packers need to get more certain if they want more certainty from and more consistency from their O-line. They need to be more certain about what they're looking for and what they want executed, and not continuing to try to put round hole, square peg type deal, which is what I think this season has showed us.
Brian?
Yes.
You were freaking awesome today. We are so much smarter every time you join us. I'll see you at tomorrow's webinar with Annex Wealth Management. And then tomorrow night I'll talk to you on the Homer Hour. We appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, take it easy.
That is Bryan Bulaga.
We just set a record. We set a record.
It's 10:44.
I know.
Woo!
Yeah.
This is like that time
Homer.
you had Jesse take caller 279.
Yeah.
All the way back to yesterday.
Yeah. I know. That was a long time ago. Feels like a long time ago given how long we talked to Brian. And on top of all that, I need to remind you, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. Hopefully you never have to make the call, but if you do, they're the ones to call. The Gruber Law Offices. Go to the website, gruber-law.com. The consultation is free. The call is free. So make the call if you need to. 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. More Wilde and Tausch. Such that it is. Next. So stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they face the top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU!
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern, with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
the most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
There's part of me that just feels like Jeff Hafley has kind of coached himself out of a head coaching position, and maybe I'm being too hard on him. I get it. You lost Micah Parsons, as we've said. That's literally what's taken the air out of this team this season. But, he hasn't figured out a way to have a good defense without Micah Parsons.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Your seat at the table just got better. Step into the high limit room at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. This is true high limit play. Experience enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17. Better odds, faster play, and authentic action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Your next hand could be your best yet. Find your edge, play your rhythm, and raise the stakes in the high limit room at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
The Don has spoken.
Everybody has the same issues. Everyone has NIL issues. Everyone has transfer portal issues. It's up to our guys to figure out how to manage it.
The Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Thanks to Bryan Bulaga for his 4-hour appearance on Wilde and Tausch. We enjoyed every minute of it. He joins us every Wednesday, sometimes for longer than others. We're going to push back Uncle Homer and talk to him a little bit later in the week, hopefully. I will talk to him tonight on the Homer Hour, which you can tune in for on ESPN Milwaukee. So, Tausch, one question, and then we'll try and play a little bit of catch-up here. How concerned are you about the uncertainty of this offensive line? Because I would say one other thing, and I agree with Bryan, obviously, on his assessment that once Aaron Banks got healthier, he got better. In theory, they could go the other way with his contract, because that $9.5 million roster bonus, if you don't want to pay it, if you don't think he's worth it, you can cut him and you can push the money as a post-June 1 cap hit into next year when you may have more cap space. So I don't necessarily think it's a slam dunk that he's back, and now you're really retooling that whole group.
Yeah, and then you have to find somebody else, and is that going to be – are you going to try and find 2 spots in the draft, or are you going to try and find a veteran that's maybe a little bit cheaper, or are you going to go take another big swing? I don't envision – Green Bay taking a big swing unless it's for a center. I don't think they're going to get into the guard market and try and pay 20, whatever. I think Banks got $19 million per. Centers are between 12 and 14. The Ravens would be crazy to let Linderbaum get onto the market. I don't think they will. But if they do, Green Bay should snatch him up, because to me, that spot can solidify a lot of things. And I don't know what Elton Jenkins' future is going to hold. I hope he gets a big boy contract from somebody to play guard. But this group, from a concern level, I think last year none of us thought it was as urgent as Goody did. This year, I think everybody is going to be looking at that as, besides defensive back, I think you make a pretty good argument those are your 2 spots that need the most addressing without a first-round pick and without a ton of cap space to play with. I think the concern level should be high, because where do you feel certain? Every year you feel certain about 2 or 3 spots. Zach Tom you feel good about, but he ain't healthy. You don't know when he's going to be back, so you're not certain. Belton, love his potential, but as Bryan went over, he's got a lot of room to grow as a pass protector. Big physical dude. Center is high concern. Left guard is concern. Injury, age, money. You're going to keep him. And now you're putting a left tackle out there that has been up and down. First-round pick, but he has not grabbed a hold of anything. He's a total unknown. So you literally are going to probably have a new O-line coach with no certainty at any position starting the OTAs. That is, I would say, probably pretty concerning.
For the record, and I don't know enough about the specifics of what went on, but the Baltimore Ravens turned down the fifth-year option on Tyler Linderbaum. So he is a free agent.
They could tag him.
Sure, they can, no doubt about it. But I'm just telling you, he is not under contract for 2026.
I don't know what the rule of thumb is on that as a center. I think they go O-line as a unit. And when you start talking tackle and guard money, I'm sure Baltimore is looking at like, well, we're not going to pay that for 1 year. But I'll be shocked if Baltimore lets him out that building. And if they do, it is going to be a high-priced game of poker for him. He's going to make a bucket load of cash.
Speaking of bucket loads of cash, well, I don't know how your prize picks went last week. Maybe not bucket loads.
Good and bad.
But you could. But you could win it.
Yeah.
With prize picks.
Indeed, you could. And the sports action never slows down in January. You got big football matchups. You got that playoff intensity. I think this is the best week of the year. From a sports standpoint, you have all of the, you have 4 games. You also have a national championship. You got what a game. What a call by our buddy Matt LaFleur last night.
I heard that.
Oh, baby. Go check that out. What a job. That was fantastic. A huge win. I'm starting to think maybe this basketball team is in the right direction. Yeah. They're coming around. Oh, they're coming around. I can't wait. I'll be at the game Saturday. I cannot wait. They got a big tussle. They're getting a winning streak going. All that fun stuff. And on Prize Picks, you can get in on all the daily fantasy action. Pick at least two player projections. Go more or less. You're done. No drafts, no waiting. Get your lineups done in under a minute. And you can also play stacks. Pick the same player up to 3 times in one lineup. Points, assists, and threes. All together only on Prize Picks. And those deposits and withdrawals are fast and easy and available in all 50 states. Download that Prize Picks app and go to the greatest state, the state of Wisconsin. Use that code WI, and you get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Again, code WI for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good
to be right. Not as good to be running late. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie. Well, lately there have been a lot of things said about the average cost of new cars, and sometimes those numbers can sound pretty big. But if you're concerned about not being able to afford a new SUV at Zimbrick Chevrolet, I'm here to say you can. Head to ZimbrickChevrolet.com right now, and you can use the filters to search the vehicle inventory by price to see what I mean. Select vehicles under $30,000, and you'll find a new 2026 Trax starting at just over $25,000. Also, a new 2026 Chevy Trailblazer starting just under $26,000. And the family-friendly 2026 Chevy Equinox starts at $29,999. with over 25 different options to choose from. If you expand the search up to $35,000, the list gets even longer, so there are still a lot of great SUVs that offer affordability. Check out all the great options, including searching by price, at ZimbrickChevrolet.com or stop in on Main Street in Sun Prairie to meet with their great team. The bottom line is, you never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. Right now, you can get Pella windows at a discount with Siding Unlimited. Yes, end-of-the-year pricing is a discount right before the 2026 price increases, saving you big money on your project right now. Buy now, install in spring, and lock in. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game.
In 6 minutes. No more?
No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner and catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Madison, Tuesday, January 20th, we'll be broadcasting KBN live on site at the UW Bookstore on State Street from 2 to 5 p.m., celebrating IKEA's brand new partnership with UW Madison. IKEA is now closer than ever with their new pickup point inside the University Bookstore. You can order online and pick it up as soon as the next day, and it's free for IKEA family members. So swing by the UW Bookstore, check out the new IKEA pickup point, and come hang out with KBN live from 2 to 5 on Tuesday, January 20th.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Continuing on Wilde and Tausch. Tausch, I have another question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You said this pretty much from the jump, I think, when they signed him, after we realized that it was not going to be a 1-2 punch of Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones. But once we saw the structure of the contract, you said this is a 2-year deal.
Yep.
With Josh Jacobs. Now, Josh Jacobs obviously did not have the same kind of season that he'd had the previous year in his first year with the Packers. He still scored a bunch of touchdowns, but he dealt with a bunch of injury issues. He is not, as you said of Aaron Banks, he's going to be a year older. The 2026 salary information, it is not onerous. His base salary is $10.2 million. There is no roster bonus. There's obviously the spreading of the signing bonus, but his cap number is $14.6 million. If they were to release him, the dead cap would be $6 million. So that's $8 million in cap space that is created. Now, as Bryan said, I am Team Bulaga on this. I am never going to advocate for moving on from Josh Jacobs. I also think you need people like Josh Jacobs in your locker room. You don't have enough of those type people. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they go a different direction at running back either. Am I right or am I wrong?
I think it's going to be a decision, and obviously you got to find out who's going to be the coach, and who's going to be the O-line coach, and who's going to be the coordinator. What kind of run game do you want to have? And I would say, obviously, Josh Jacobs has done everything that you've wanted in a back when you bring him in as a free agent. He's been the captain. He is, by all accounts, he's a physical runner. I think he brought good physicality to this group. But if we're being honest, this year was pretty disappointing. He was not able to stay healthy for a big chunk of it. I don't know. What did he end up with? 800 yards? Was he over 1,000?
He was over 900. He finished. I want to say 926. I'll double check that, but I think he finished around 9.
And obviously he didn't play in the 17th game. So he missed some time. So I agree with both you and Bryan from a veteran but if you are going to have some cap issues, which I don't know necessarily if it's going to be this year, but you got a lot of big bills. Micah and Jordan, and now, whether you're going to redo Christian Watson and get him a new deal, Tucker Kraft's going to be getting a new deal. You want to pay Devontae Wyatt. Lucas Van Ness is going to get optioned. You're going to figure that piece of it out. And by the way, you need to solidify your O-line. Is it going to be worth it for one more year with Josh Jacobs in understanding that he is an older back now with a lot of wear and tear? I think it's definitely going to be a question mark. How that shakes itself out, I think, will depend a lot on who is on this staff and how they view that position, because I also think you want to have a home run hitter. And that was thought to be Marshawn Lloyd, but he can't stay healthy. And you can't count on Marshawn Lloyd. If you're counting on him, you're going to be probably in trouble.
Very disappointed.
So that's another spot that you're going to want to go out and find a young guy that, even if you bring back Josh and you bring back Emmanuel, that spot I think needs some fresh blood too. So $8 million in the grand scheme of things is a nothing burger to the Green Bay Packers, but when a cap and you're paying two guys the top of their position, you have to be very judicious with what and whom you spend money on.
And again, I think we both agree that as much as we like Elton, I suppose he could do some sort of short extension that spreads out some money. He's coming off of a serious injury. He's 30 years old now. You and I want him back. I don't think he's coming back, and I don't think Rashan Gary is coming back.
I can't imagine he is overly pleased. He didn't get what he wanted last offseason.
No.
As far as some different money and some guarantees, and I think that's a scenario where we're probably going to see a parting of the ways, would be my guess.
And the same, I hate to use this phrase, but I don't see a way back for Rashan Gary other than if somehow he took a major pay cut.
Well, what's his cap implications? It's one thing to say,
well,
I agree.
Let's get into that next. I will look that up, and we'll look at those numbers and talk about that. But 10 games without a sack, and the eye in the sky don't lie, and the Twitter experts that Aaron Rodgers referred to, he may find them obnoxious, but when they post clips of the effort level you're seeing from 52 at times there, I understand why there are questions about that as well. What there isn't a question about is how great that ESPN app is. I have it both on all of our TVs and on my phone, and you should as well, because when a trophy is raised, it may feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 events, plus originals, you know I love the 30 for 30s, highlights and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into, so there is no off-season. Just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today. We'll get into Rashan Gary's cap number next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to start saving money and saving the planet with an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Teams competing in the playoffs know that no game at this stage is ever easy, but you know what can be easy? Making the switch to solar energy thanks to the great team at Everlight Solar. Our family was looking to make the switch to solar for quite some time, but we weren't quite sure where to start. That's when we met the team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. All January at Steinhoffels, test rest any mattress. Get a $20 lunch gift card, and Steinhoffels donates $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, only at Steinhoffels. Wisconsin football with an active transfer portal period. Even in a new era of recruiting and roster rebuilds, Barry Alvarez pinpoints the scouting practice should stay intact.
If you can strengthen your team, if you've made some mistakes, you have a quick fix if you get the right guys. The key to this is your evaluation process. Are you getting the right guys? Are you going to be able to blend them and mix them into a team?
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Mark Tauscher here, and your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Return to Hard Rock Casino Rockford's high-limit room, where the odds are in your favor. With enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17, you'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Visit the high-limit room and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
My favorite royalty-free songs. It sounds like Boston, but it's not.
It seems like it should be royalty. Right?
Yeah, there's a couple of them, but hey, Thank you for your free service. Rashan Gary's contract, his cap number for 2026 is $28.02 million. That is 9.2% of the cap, according to overthecap.com. The dead cap charges, if they were to release them before June 1st, it would be $17 million. So that is an $11 million savings in cap space to move on from him. You take the $28 million off the books, you certainly have the 17 dead cap, and then you've got more dead cap. Ken Ingalls, who is Mr. Packer salary cap, he really does a great job. He really does. He wrote a very long story for Bill Huber at Sports Illustrated in which he dove very deeply into it. I recommend reading that along with Justice Mosqueda's piece that we'll talk about if we have enough time left in the program. The bottom line on this is Rashan Gary will not be playing for the Green Bay Packers next year. And I thought there was something that when we talked to Micah Parsons that I don't want to assume anything. All I'm saying is when I heard him say it, I thought, if we've got to play 80 snaps, we play 80 effing snaps. When your effort matches what you're trying to say in the locker room, then it carries over more, man.
What are you implying?
Flag for targeting on that one.
What are you implying?
That's a pretty
Jason?
good line. I'm not implying anything. I'm wondering what.
Kind of are.
I'm wondering.
You are.
No, I'm wondering what Micah Parsons is implying. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but how did you read his implication? there?
So he's implying. I'm inferring. And I think I'm inferring.
I'll tell you, I interpret it like he's talking about Rashan Gary not playing snaps, being a high snap count guy. How about that?
It's hard not to infer that, right? I mean, again, he's got plausible deniability. Well, I wasn't talking about anybody specifically, if that were to be the follow-up, which it wasn't. But that's what it's hard not to read it that way. That's all I'm saying. I mean, he's you believed before he tore his ACL that he was going to be, and maybe was on the verge of, or maybe already was, an elite pass rusher. That never ended up happening.
Watch the end of that season where we got beat by San Francisco. Watch that San Francisco game in the playoffs where they scored 3 points without a blocked punt and everything else. They couldn't block Rashan Gary. He was dominant. He was the best player. He was one of the best players on the field. I think Freddie Varner was out there, so I'm not going to take away from Freddie. Rashan Gary dominated that football game. And as always happens, you take those postseason games and that carries over. And I thought he started off the next season in a pretty good way. He was turning into the guy. He was never going to be Micah. He's not as athletic as Micah.
Sure.
I never put him in the Myles Garrett, but he was somebody that I thought was going to be a 10-sack, somebody you needed to double and pay attention to. And then he blew his knee out, and it never really came back around. He had some spurts, but has he been the guy that we hoped post-ACL? The answer has been no. And especially with Micah being here, there isn't the argument, oh, he's getting double-teamed. Oh, my God, he's getting chipped every play. No, that's Micah. You had a lot of one-on-one opportunities this year, especially late in the season, that didn't work. And then there's also, I believe, teams said, we're going to boot at you because we don't think you are going to be able to stop the quarterback getting out. And they were right. So I agree with you. Rashan Gary cannot be paid that value for next year. He will go somewhere else and maybe find it. But the way the season finished out, I would agree that'll be another spot. I know they got Lucas and Enik Barre is a free agent. We'll see what they do with him. That is going to be another position. I don't think he said not to call him Baby Mike. I'm going to honor his saying that and let him be him. you need some new talent, some young, up-and-coming, hungry dogs on that defense all across the board. And I think that's I think Rashan Gary will not be a part of that operation.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. We caught up a little bit. We closed the gap.
We chipped.
Right.
Starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats! You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. Speculation continues on the future for head coach Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers. Some of the latest coming from ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter, joining ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning.
And they've been trying to do this for a little while, and they still have not gotten it figured out. And the longer it lingers out there, the more you wonder where it's going to go and how it's going to result. I think the way I would interpret it right now is it's up in the air.
Adam Schefter this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Find that full conversation on the ESPN Wisconsin app, as well as Bryan Bulaga's 3-segment, hour-plus appearance on Wilde and Tausch this morning, breaking down the end of the season, speculating on the future of Matt LaFleur, and, of course, offensive line talk, a little tackle talk with Tausch. Check it out on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Badgers buzzer beater winners at the barn last night, 78-75 over the Gophers.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. And we can't have triple trivia tomorrow, so we're going to play trivia next. So I'm going to ask about one more player, and then we're going to segue into trivia. And that player is Nate Hobbs. Now, he made a very impassioned, you didn't see the best of me, you didn't see the real Nate Hobbs this season. He had 2 MCL injuries and a meniscus injury. Obviously, it did not go the way he had hoped or the way the Packers had hoped. Now, he has a $6.25 million roster bonus due on the 3rd day of the league year, but they don't get any cap relief by releasing him, basically. It's not a big bargain or savings to move on from him, given where they're at the position. Now, again, the other part of this is they did add Trayvon Diggs, who, if they want to keep him, they can certainly do so and figure out exactly if there's a restructured contract. Because remember, by claiming him, they inherit his pre-existing contract, but he would also be an option at corner as well. Tausch, what do you expect them to do with Nate Hobbs? Give him another chance? Or move on?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you thought highly enough, and you obviously broke that film down and thought that he was a physical bear. So,
turned out to be right, to his own detriment.
Yeah, he just couldn't stay healthy this year. He never was. And you're going to need some depth, and you're going to need competition. And if there's no cap, no cap space, or you're not gaining anything by getting rid of him or anything of any substance, I say let him get healthy and give him another opportunity to go out there and perform. Yep. So you make these decisions, and the Packers wisely don't overextend themselves. When they sign free agents, they usually have an out after 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is only year one for him, so I do think you give him another opportunity to showcase what he can do, but you definitely don't bank on him being one of your guys. You provide more depth, more youth, and get some guys. This team needs a big boy corner. I don't think that player is on the team right now. And I don't know if you don't draft somebody or have someone develop into that, you can get by as long as your pass rush is as good as it was in some games. But we've seen where this team is. If you don't get home and you blitz, you put these guys on an island. There was way too many times this year, especially in the post-Micah era where we couldn't win a football game without him, that we didn't have any answers for Loveland. We didn't have any answers to stop the run in Baltimore. There's a lot of things that need to get worked through, and I would say defensive back and O-line are at the top of that list. And if you feel like you have a good player in your building that just had bad luck with injuries, you give him another opportunity to showcase it.
You're going to have an opportunity to play trivia. Double trivia. Jesse, it's Wednesday, Wisconsin Geography Wednesday. Given our time crunch, I'm not even going to ask Tausch what caller he wants. I just want him to get ready to tell us about Gina Della again. So which callers would you like?
9 and 18.
9 and 18 it is. Caller 9 and caller 18. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will play trivia with you after Tausch tells us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin again.
For your New Year's resolution, the sky is the limit with Pella 0 interest for 4 years. Finance offer no payments, no interest for 4 years. Think of everything you can do in 4 years. Olympics, college degree. You gotta be pretty ambitious to get that. Raise your toddler until they're ready for school. All of those things you can do in 4 years, and now you can get 0 interest with Pella for 4 years as well. Start your own journey toward meeting your personal goals and enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features custom made for your home. This deal does end January 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family-owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
But I was impressed by several of them.
You're impressed by everything.
I love life. It's amazing what people do.
There is nothing that you see that you wouldn't go, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's not a bad way to live, though.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Madison, Tuesday, January 20th, we will be broadcasting KBN live on site at the UW Bookstore on State Street from 2 to 5 p.m., celebrating IKEA's brand new partnership with UW-Madison. IKEA is now closer than ever with their new pickup point inside the University Bookstore, which is awesome. You can order online and pick it up as soon as the next day, and it's free for IKEA family members. So swing by the UW Bookstore, check out the new IKEA pickup point, and come hang out with us while we're live from 2 to 5 on Tuesday, January 20th.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Time for trivia presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs $10 deal meal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is only available online or through the Cousins app. And Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Let's welcome in our contestants, and you know I enjoy our interactions with them, but I ain't got time for that. Our first contestant is Dwayne in a big truck. Dwayne, good morning. How are you?
Doing awesome. Good to hear from you.
Great to hear. Good. Glad to hear it. And caller 18 was Mark in McGuanago. Mark, good morning. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
We're great. Okay, here we go. Question number one, Dwayne.
We could have done it in the last segment. We could have done end of show trivia.
Question one, Dwayne, is this. Which of these is the name of a Wisconsin community located just north of La Crosse? Is it Onalaska, Nebraska, or Honolulu?
Onalaska.
Well done. Mark, question one for you, sir. Latitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest north?
I know that one.
Is it Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin Rapids, or Wisconsin Fjords?
Wisconsin Rapids.
Boom. 1 for 1 for you as well. All right, Dwayne, question two for you is this. I'm starting to sense a theme. What is the name of the region of rugged terrain compromising most of the driftless area of Wisconsin, including La Crosse, distinguished by steep ridges, numerous rock outcroppings, and deep, narrow valleys?
This is a Joe question, not a Jesse question.
Is it not? Find it very hard to believe that it wouldn't be. All right, Dwayne, is that the Cherry Valley, the Coulee region, or the Badlands?
Coulee region.
Boom! 2 for 2 for you. All right, Mark, question 2 for you. It feels like Mark's questions are harder.
They're both kind of tricky today.
Which of these Wisconsin highways runs north and south across the entire state from Janesville to Minocqua? This is what I actually know, and I'm not good at highways. Is that Highway 12, Highway 26, or Highway 51?
Highway 51.
Boom! 2 for 2 for you, sir. All right, question 3, Dwayne, is this. What is the name of the island located along the banks of the Mississippi River and Lake Onalaska that is home to the La Crosse Regional Airport? Their airport's on an island?
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's like flying into San Francisco. All right, is that island, Dwayne, Rosebud Island, French Island, or Goose Island? I have no idea, by the way. I mean, I see the answer here, but I don't know.
I'm going to go with French Island.
And you would be correct, sir. Well done. All right, Mark, pressure's on. Question 3 for you. Williams Bay is a Wisconsin village located along the banks of which of these bodies of water?
Lake Geneva.
I gotta say, this rapid fire thing went really well.
Yeah,
Everybody got all their questions right.
Strong performances today.
So, Dwayne, you got 3 right. That means you got 4 entries into Friday's drawing. I hope you're doing well. Sorry to short shrift our small talk, buddy. We appreciate you.
Love you guys. Great show.
I love you guys.
Still being expeditious. I like that. And Mark, you got all 3 right as well. You have 4 entries into Friday's drawing. And while Jesse may dog McGuanago at every chance he gets, we don't do that with you. We appreciate your loyalty to the show, buddy. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Love you guys. All right, love you guys.
That was
impressive.
That was something.
Good stuff by the boys there.
That was a great 2-minute drill we ran there. Nicely done on all fronts.
Jason ran a tight ship. Fair. Not like not too herky-jerky.
Still shouldn't have burned that one
timeout too early.
Yeah, should have spiked it instead.
No delay a game after a timeout, that's for
44
sure.
seconds left.
Nobody dropped an easy one. It was good.
Left enough time for me to tell you the lacrosse-themed questions because our WIAC showcase tonight takes us to lacrosse, men's basketball, Whitewater, and 18th-ranked lacrosse with tip at 7 o'clock on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Who's calling that game?
That'll be me on the call there, Jason, and my new friend Tyler from lacrosse, one of the students at UW Lacrosse, going to be joining me for the broadcast.
Is he a Tier
tonight.
1 student?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. He's lacrosse Tyler. I don't know what to call him yet.
I'm sure you guys will forge a close bond by the end of the call.
It's a fun city. He could be a Tier 1 friend by the end of the night,
We'll have
depending
to wait
on how
and
it goes.
see.
Yeah.
Tier 1 portion of the program, Whoa Nelly. By the way, if you tuned in today, because I teased on social media that we would talk about Justice Mosqueda's piece about lowballing assistant coaches and what have you. It's a really well written, worthwhile read. We will discuss it tomorrow when we have a little bit more time to work with. Whoa Nelly, though, is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's all about the green and gold and nonsense on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What is the main ingredient to pesto?
Dude, man.
Wow, this is bad.
Pass.
What country is home to the city of Vienna?
Seriously?
Jeez.
Switzerland?
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Everyone plays like a champion at TPC Wisconsin. Our friendly community shares one thing, a passion for world-class golf. Women, men, and youth golfers all love the course. The $25 million upgrade is impeccable, and the list of amenities is more than impressive. But belonging where the shared pursuit of excellence is a daily practice and not just a tagline? That might be the best part. Join today and pay no dues until April 1st. Discover belonging. TPCWisconsin.com.
The Don has spoken.
Everybody has the same issues. Everyone has NIL issues. Everyone has transfer portal issues. It's up to our guys to figure out how to manage it.
The Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Tausch, is this one of those scenarios where I left too much time on the clock, so now we have like a full Nelly?
I was curious, like, what you were so panicky about. It wasn't like it was the end of the show. You know, trivia, geography trivia. You get to talk to Dwayne or Mark. Like, it's fun to have a little banter.
It is.
And you just pushed. It was very similar to Buffalo. against Jacksonville, where it's going to work out fine, but it didn't have to. You didn't need to. But you also don't want to go and push it where you don't have any options.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had enough time, and I thought you went a little quick. That's all.
Okay. Well, we'll see if Jesse can
Yeah,
answer
Jesse
with
will
a
determine if that's the right move or not.
strong performance in Nelly.
So,
if the
Jason,
topic is
before
good,
you get it,
Why would you do that?
Oh, you cut that?
Why?
Boy, you cut that quick.
No.
Why would you do that at that exact moment?
Well, I didn't think you were going to start the music right away.
No, well, now that he stopped it, the floor is yours.
So the question I had going into
False
last
start.
Saturday's game was, as you started the rust versus rest, can we agree that Matt LaFleur made the right call?
Yeah. We can.
On resting his guys? Because had you started slow, then you have that conversation. We didn't start slow. We finished slow. Right?
Yes. Yes.
So I always like to recap because a lot of times you ask questions and you don't answer them because you don't know. Well, we had the answer was the boys were right. They came ready to roll.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't finish, but they came ready to roll.
Indeed they did.
All right, Jesse.
You sure?
Well, I don't know. I was totally going to interrupt when you hit the button to play it again, but I'm not going to. Time for Nelly.
if the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I got to stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
on Wilde and Tausch.
Buzzer beater Blackwell last night. Badgers win in Minnesota, 78-75. Gophers are pretty good. They got a new coach this year. They're pretty good. They got a decent squad. And Wisconsin survives a big second-half comeback. Well, actually, Wisconsin made a big second-half comeback. Then the Gophers made a big late comeback to tie the game. Wisconsin ends up winning it on the John Blackwell 3 at the buzzer. They have won 3 straight, including beating UCLA for the first time ever in Madison last Tuesday. Trounced them pretty good. Won at number 2 Michigan, and now on the road against rival Minnesota, all in an 8-day span. Starting to feel pretty good, aren't you, old T?
I am. The vibes were. I'm still. No, I'm still worried about our defense. I'm still worried about our defense. I don't love how we play defense. We always kind of knew we'd shoot it better than what we did in some of those games. Purdue, we didn't shoot it very well. Obviously, out in Nebraska, it's a hornet's nest out there, and they got a good squad. So some of some of these losses, okay, you can get your head wrapped around. We just didn't shoot it. We're going to shoot the ball. Now we got, we can stretch a little bit more. But can we defend? Can we stop the on-ball dribble? Good guards have exposed us. That's a concern. But I certainly like the grit, and a Greg Gard team always gets better. So we went from last week feeling like, well, we're going to make the blanket tournament to I'm starting to feel it again a little bit.
Well, that'll put a quick end to that. Boy.
Yeah.
Fight the
Starting
urge,
to feel
man.
it again a little bit. Yeah, I am. No declarations yet, but I'm going to tell you, if it's Throttle City on Saturday, I'm not going to be scared to go declarative on your tail.
January 31st is usually your time to shine with your proclamations. So you got a couple of weeks for I
want to say there's a big BYU Sunday game. I think there's a big Sunday game against USC, and if that happens and a big win, I probably won't be able to help myself. So beware. Bring my own beware.
We got Rutgers Saturday, Penn State on the road the following Thursday, and then home USC on Sunday the 25th.
That lines right up with the January 31st proclamation.
So then they got home game. So it's home USC. Then the following week, Wednesday, home Minnesota. And then Saturday the 31st at home against Ohio State, who's pretty good. That would be about the time. If they rattle off a bunch of wins here, that beat Ohio State at the Kohl Center, that would be right in your wheelhouse.
I feel like that USC game is going to be a tipping point for me. They're a good squad, It's going to be tough for them. They got to come all the way out here Sunday. If we go ahead and throttle those boys, I'm probably going to be back up on my big-time tournament run perch that I like to go to.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Whoa, Nelly!
Why do you do that? You and I both really like that.
I like it.
Why do you do that to
I like
him?
it. It's not doing it to him. I'm enthusiastic. I want this to work. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I love Wisconsin's basketball team. I love it every year. Even if it's not great, I still love it. And I get excited because I want to recreate those core memories that I have of that 14 and 15. That is my favorite time as a fan in the history of sports for me. That run, those runs were my favorite. I want that again. I want to taste that again. I want to be down at the Omni Hotel till 6 in the morning drinking them out of Coors Light. That's what I want. Is that so much to ask?
Well, just so everyone's aware.
We literally drank. I'm not. This isn't like hyperbole.
I know.
We literally drank them out of everything they had.
We know. We
had to be a fire. There had to be some type of fire code.
I've seen the video, so yes.
That was fantastic.
For those of you who are curious about first and second round sites that Wisconsin will need to avoid, much like BYU in Denver, and get to the Fiserv Forum. The Fiserv Forum is not hosting first and second round matchups this year. Your locations: Buffalo, New York; Greenville, South Carolina; Oklahoma City, Oklahoma; Portland, Oregon; Tampa, Florida; Philadelphia, Pennsylvania; San Diego, California; and St. Louis, Missouri. Those are your sites.
Not very close to us.
For this year. So not a lot of advantage for Wisconsinites to travel to, but I guess the matchups will matter if you have to face.
What are you talking about? We got snowbirds down in Tampa in a big number. We want to go to Tampa.
We can get to St. Louis. We can get to Tampa. We can get to San Diego. No way.
I don't think we want to go to San Diego.
Whoa, Nelly!
On the other side of the basketball spectrum last night, the Milwaukee Bucks got booed off their home floor.
Go boo at the Bucks.
And Giannis.
It's not bad.
Giannis.
Go boo in a bar.
Started booing back. You see that?
I heard
did.
about it.
He does this. He does this on the road sometimes. He'll start booing back if the crowd starts booing him. Well, he did it at home last night. Giannis spoke after the game. It's about a minute long. Here's what Giannis had to say about booing the home crowd after he got booed by the home crowd.
I thrive through adversity. I thrive when people don't believe in me. It doesn't matter if I'm on the road, if I'm at home, if I'm on my family dinner, if I'm at the practice facility against my teammate. It doesn't really matter. When I get booed, I boo back. I've been doing all season. You guys haven't been with me on the road. Whenever I get booed, I boo back. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. I play basketball for my teammates. I play basketball for myself and my family. When people don't believe in me, I don't tend to be with them. I tend to be against them. I tend to do what I'm here to do, what I'm good at. I think I'm like a maverick. I've always been that way. So it won't change now. It doesn't matter if I'm at home or away. But yeah, I've never been a part of something like that before, and I don't think it's fair. I don't. But everybody has the opinion to do what they want to do. I'm not going to tell them what to do and how they act when we don't play hard or when we lose games or where we not where we're supposed to be. And I don't think anybody has the right to tell me how I should act on the basketball court after I've been here 13 years and I'm basically the all-time leader in everything.
Uh-oh.
He gets booed at his family dinners sometimes? Is that what he said in there?
He did say that.
That's kind of a variation.
Does he want to go to the
bar.
Mavericks? Did I hear he wants to go to the
he is a Maverick.
He is a Maverick.
Yeah, like Pete Mitchell.
Doesn't that?
Shams will be all over that one.
This is not good.
There's a lot of things that are not good at the moment there.
Doc Rivers' post-game was an absolute disaster. He's telling journalists that they need to go on a road trip and see how their legs feel the next day, which is absurd. Then he's saying that they didn't have the legs because of the road trip, and Giannis is saying, no, that ain't true.
Mm-hmm.
Fans are going to boo. By the way, you guys stunk last night. You're down 30 at the half to the Wolves without their 2 best players.
Yeah.
What do you want them to do? You want them to
great.
cheer for that putrid performance? No.
Putrid.
So, Giannis, I get it, man. I just think that this this chapter is about run its course.
Oh, dear.
Well, we're 17-23.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what
You're
prospects
not
we
wrong.
have.
Trade for John Morant.
Yeah.
And maybe Anthony
Yeah.
Davis, too. I heard that clip earlier today that things are not going great. And I understand that there were reasons why they did what they did, but how do we view where the Doc Rivers regime is? Because it does feel to me like he might be benefiting from all the oxygen that's being sucked up about a different head coach's job situation, and there might be more scrutiny if we weren't all focused on Matt LaFleur. Am I wrong to say that?
I don't know about that. I think everybody has thought Doc was he going to be some savior hire? And I think if Dame had stayed healthy, and you never know how things would have shaken out.
Sure.
But I would bet that Doc wouldn't be mad if the Bucks told him to deuce and he'd go back and broadcast.
That's what I'm wondering.
I think Doc would be more than happy if that was the case. And if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I'm not doing that. I'm forcing him to call it a day.
Force him to quit?
Yep.
Jesse, great job
Other than
on
that,
Will
things
Nelly.
are good down there.
Go
Other than that,
boo in a
everything's
bar.
good.
No, I don't think things are good down there at all, actually. We will wrap things up and bid farewell for today. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats! You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Wisconsin football with an active transfer portal period. Even in a new era of recruiting and roster rebuilds, Barry Alvarez pinpoints the scouting practice should stay intact.
If you can strengthen your team, if you've made some mistakes, you have a quick fix if you get the right guys. The key to this is your evaluation process. Are you getting the right guys? Are you going to be able to blend them and mix them into a team?
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
What's it like to have a 20-plus year business technology relationship with James Imaging Systems? Listen to Doug Brown, Assistant Executive Director with the Dane County Humane Society.
It feels like having an extra person on our own team that's coming to take care
care of us.
Tell us more.
Their ability to help us with our problems, whether it's proactively planning to prevent problems or when a problem arises, they're always right here to help us get things going again.
So the benefit of working with James Imaging Systems?
It's one less thing to worry about. It just makes us feel like we're in good hands, makes us feel like we have somebody who is on our side and genuinely trying to help us accomplish our daily tasks.
Doug, would you recommend James to others?
I would 100% recommend James Imaging Systems to anybody who is looking for somebody to help them with their copiers, their printers, their services on their existing equipment. We've been happy for decades.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
The Don has spoken.
You've got a combination quarterback. You don't have to hang your hat on just throwing or just running the ball. That could add so much to our offense. I'm excited.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
All right, we got to go. We're out of time. One quick item from the NFL. Adam Thielen, who was kind of the Vikings' Tausch. Minnesota guy, played for the Vikings, didn't get to finish his career with the home state team. Well, came back, and then they got rid of him again. But he calls it a career. He is retiring, Adam Thielen, who finished his time with Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh.
Hell of a run for Thielen.
Yeah, well, we had a hell of a run today. Thanks to Bryan Bulaga. Thanks to Homer, who may or may not be rescheduled for later in the week. And thanks to you for coming along for the ride with us today. Don't forget, what's that website again for the webinar tomorrow? Events.annexwealth.com.
There you go.
Can't wait. I'll be there.
Jesse, you all signed up? Make sure, Jesse, I want you signed up,
if
too.
If LaFleur news does not break before the webinar, I hope it breaks during the webinar, and we're all there to experience it.
I'd be all right
with
with that.
you.
That'd be fun. No, that'd be fun. We could do both. We can multitask
you
at
and
Annex
Brian
Wealth.
Jacobson
you know
breaking down the coaching search.
Not for all. Dr. Brian Jacobson. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full